Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning trading room. Back after a week off. I hope you guys managed okay without me. I'm sure you did. It was nice having the time off, let me tell you that. I haven't had a chance really to look at a chart for the last week or so, we'll kind of walk through the process of how I tend to look at things, or how I try to look at things when I'm analyzing a market. So it looks like last week was still relatively range bound. It looks as though we are stuck between 7,800 and about 73.50. What I look for when I look at charts like this is I look for large bars, and I look to see if there's any follow through. And right now, well, not so much. The last series of bars that had any follow through to them were back here, weren't they? Back at the beginning of August. But this is not that unusual given that the market has been stuck in a sideways range for, well, nearly 6 months now. Certainly, if you go back here to March, certainly for 6 months and counting. I also, my eye is kind of drawn to a little bit of a trend line like this, where the market may be trying to make higher lows. Okay, but the thing I think that stands out right now is that the market is in a bit of a sideways trading range. Volume tapering off a little bit every time it tries to rally, so that not really a very bullish sign. I guess it's not that unusual either to see a market in a bit of a sideways drift over the summer, but now that the kids are back to school and life getting back to normal, and I'm using air quotes when I say that, I guess we shall see how that plays out. All right, so let's take a look here at the overnight. This, again, the NASDAQ, my market of choice. I've had some people ask me about penny stocks, so I may be delving into penny stocks in the room here, but for now we're still following the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ also a little bit of an overnight rally, topping out a little bit pre-market. We did have our first in-sync eagle signal here about a minute or so after the market opened, but that, unfortunately, without any follow through, that would have actually resulted in a loss this morning. Okay, well, that's a nice strong move here to start. And it looks as though the buyers at least short term making a little bit of a run up. We do have a couple of buy signals here, and we do have a rally and a little bit of sideways congestion. What I was going to suggest is that we could throw our buy order just above these highs. Essentially a very drawn out second push either on this number one signal or just a follow up on this discretionary signal that printed. Because what tends to happen, as you remember, is if a market makes a rally and hits a little bit of a sideways skid, there's a very good chance, probably better than 80% chance, that the market will try to continue the same direction it took into that sideways move. And that's exactly what happened there. Certainly enough to grab your high probability profit target. And things getting a little bit more of a bullish tint on the day, but it is still very early. We're only, 7 minutes into the session. While I think of it, I do need to close the trading room an hour in. So the trading room this week is only going to be an hour long. My apologies. I got involved in a big project, and that is kind of cutting into my morning trading room time. But hopefully an hour will be all we need. All right, well, now it's a bit of a waiting game, isn't it? And I'm trying not to rush into anything as I try to get my bearings once again. All right, we're getting a bit of a number 3 signal here. This is our hard edge bounce. It's also may turn out to be a test of the extreme, but the fact that the market is flinched here may actually offer a decent buying opportunity above that little swing high. All right, so there we go. I got the order in. I'll roll my stops back just a little bit to start. And we'll see whether this uptrend can continue. Ooh, don't want that number 2 signal just yet. Oh, don't tell me I got in just as they decided to retest the hard edge. Shoot, I thought I was far enough away from the test of the extreme. Turns out I bought in just as the market was making the final test of the extreme. Shoot, I'm gonna get tagged here. Come on, buyers, where'd you go? Is it quarter to? No, it's not. I was going to say it must be quarter to the hour. Well, I fooled myself there. I thought I had a test of the extreme right there. Turns out I did not. That was the test of the extreme, and then the market now checking out the bottom end. All right, well, if they don't want to go up, if I get a little bit of a pullback here now, we're going to produce a number 1 signal on the Raptor. We're going to produce a trend change signal on the Falcon. The Hawk already with our first micro macro cross to short. The market, you know, a little bit conflicted. It makes a sign like it wants to go higher, and then it reverses, and we'll see what happens now here to the short side. Oh, see, no follow through on the short side. Not yet. All right, so we're going to get a trend change signal now here to the long side. I'm going to try it one more time. I got tagged going long, so I'm anticipating the trend change signal here. And I bet you now it's almost quarter to the hour, so I'm kind of asking for it. Yes, it is. It's almost quarter to the hour. My least favorite time of the day to trade, because a lot of times the market gives you a head fake, or so it seems. Maybe I'm just paranoid. I'm a little bit stronger on the buy side because of the daily chart. Okay, so here we're up. We just tagged the trend line. Here come the sellers trying to push it back. Let's see if the buyers can string a couple of bullish bars together and I can start to roll my stops up. Come on, get above that high. You know you want to. There we go. So I'll roll my stops a little. And if I get a bull bar here on this current bar, then I'm going to take the trade to break even, because this is kind of the last attempt for the buyers to take control of the marketplace. Come on, you guys and girls. Lots of pushback as they get back to the highs of the morning. Okay, so I'm going to roll a little bit extra. Oh, really? Come on. All right, taking the trade to break even. No, wouldn't give it to me. Stinkers. I think it's going to go up. Yeah, there you go. See? Yes, scoundrels. I jumped out just a little bit too early. All right, well, maybe break even wasn't a bad way to go. No, looks like it wasn't a bad way to go. We're still hunting for some sort of directionality here this morning. Okay, well, we've got ourselves a rather drawn out sideways trading range here. All right, so another strong bull move. Well, if this last rally actually develops into a bit of sideways congestion, I think I might, consider setting up a buy above the high, similar to what we saw earlier when the market did a breakout. Hey, way to go, Ray. Ray says, good morning, Eric. I scalped out for $100 and I am done for the day. Well done. Yeah, that's all you need. All right. I'm a little hesitant. Actually, you know what? The way the market's been going with this sideways trading, perhaps a failed breakout would be the better play to wait for a number 2 signal. Okay, there's the break. Let's see if I fooled myself yet again. Okay, so I'm going to get ready now on the number 2 signal to short. There it is. All right. There we go. We're making a little progress. Ray's watching the VWAP here. He says the 5-minute VWAP is at the second deviation with a fair price of 76.37. Ooh, that's a long ways down. Let's see, is my median line around there? Ooh, it is too. I wonder if I should try to stretch this trade out. All right, maybe I'll stretch it here to the crest in the trading band. Okay, well, it's making some progress. We would be at our break-even point right now. We're about 80% of the way to our high probability profit target. Oh, thanks, Phil. Phil says we got a news report at the top of the hour. Okay, so we have hit our high probability profit target. Oh, do I dare? We're in the hard edge and we're likely to bounce. All right, I'm going to take the trade to break even. I'm going to be sorry I didn't take profit when I had it. I know it. I need a quick swing here. No! Ooh, okay. Caught a break. Oh, wow, look at the bottom fall out of that. The ISM news isn't usually that volatile. Oh, and look at that. They flinched just before they got down there to the median line as well. Okay, I'm okay with that. Now the market making a strong move lower. I'm going to let some of this volatility subside. I'm not so sure I want to try anything counter trend at the moment. Well, counter trend. We've had a bullish trend, we've had a bearish trend. It's a little bit difficult to call it counter trend just yet. But it does appear as though the market, maybe with a slightly more bearish bent at the moment. Here's the move lower. Here's the sideways consolidation. You could throw a just in case order to short below here. So just looking now for a continuation. There's still a whole lot of volatility here, though. Yeah, the hawk back and forth, as is the falcon. Let's take a look here what's going on the eagle. Well, I would welcome a bit of a sideways range building. That would make it a little bit easier to try to short it again. All right, well, they filled my just in case order to short. I'm going to get my stop loss order in play. And, oh, stop it. I'm going to start rolling my stops now a little bit more aggressively. And I think I'm going to roll any bar with a wick to it. Oh, that's a big profit right there. I'm going to take that, and we got a little hesitation there, and I got tagged out. Okay. Well, that was a very nice little move. That number one signal coincided with our just in case order to short. It kind of reinforces the importance of trend, you know, being able to identify trend. Here we're getting another little sideways build up. Stop placement would be very, very difficult at this point. Might need a little bit more structure. But as far as the trading day goes, I've got my 3 trades in. I am in the black, so my trading day would be done. I've hit my quota. I'm profitable. And what more could you ask for than that? The market definitely bearish, though. I don't think I would attempt any of the buy signals. Now watch, as soon as I say that, we're going to get this huge retrace. Oh, they're thinking about heading lower. There they go. You could almost pick up on any sell signal at this point. The trend seems to be clear. You could just, you know, look, we've had the breakout. Here's the retest occurring. You could put a just in case order to short right down there. we're back close enough to the hard edge that the next signal that prints would be considered a hard edge bounce, at least visually, even if not technically. So if this was our sideways trading range, and you have to be a lot more generous when you're doing this on the Raptor versus the Eagle. But here's your breakout, here's your retest. We would be looking now for the market to resume the trend at some point. Oh, see, and there they go, getting all bullish on me again. Well, we've got a hard edge bounce. If you wanted to try to hop in earlier, oh, actually turned into a number one signal. All right, let's do the second push on that number one signal now. I'm not a fan of the market bouncing around quite this much and quite so fast. Oh, well, we're making higher swing lows. I'm thinking the buyers are not gonna. Oh, see, there you go. Talking again. The Bollinger Suite definitely bullish again at this point, and the trading band a bit of a mess. This may be a little bit of a pullback phase. I'm going to cancel my order here at the moment. Let's put everything back on the shelf for now. I'm trying to time it so I don't have to place a huge stop. I think the market will continue lower, but I want to get in at a point where I don't have to run an enormous stop to pull off the trade. You know, there's no point in shorting this green bar sell, which by the way is a valid signal, and putting my stop way up here, which would be the proper stop for that trade. All right, here now a fresh number one signal. I'm going to look to short it below this level right here. And as it flinches, I might be able to do a second push. No, I can't. Okay, so I'm going to get my exit order in. And let's see if they got any giddy up left. To get down below these lows would be huge. In fact, you could even set a profit order at the next support zone, which is very likely where the market would fall off to. But right now, we need a little bit more market participation. We're effectively inside the sideways trading range, which always makes trading more difficult. Come on, you guys, get going. Okay, we're going to get some serious giddy up. They're going to challenge this 7604 zone one more time, and they've got to go, or they're going to try to bounce it up. There they go, 7604. All right, I'm going to take the break even. I'm going to chicken out here. They should head lower, but they don't always do what they're supposed to. Okay, well, that was all right. I would have done better had I taken my profit on target versus trying to roll the stop, but a gain is a gain. Well, if I wasn't finished before, I would definitely be finished now. A little over $400 to the good per contract. And there is nothing wrong with that. All right, here come the buyers again. So maybe we're going to be due for a bigger retrace before the next leg lower. Our grandson's birthday is at the end of the week. Trying to figure out what to get a 12-year-old. Trying to remember what I like to do as a 12-year-old. Usually involved a ball or a bike. All right, well, this bull push has kind of moved the market back into the trading range that we were watching earlier. So I would probably identify the trading range like this. Once again, you could put a just in case order to short below there. We've seen the trading range. We've seen the breakout. This now is the retest, even though we are back inside the trading range. If we get a couple of bearish bars here, we could throw a just in case order to buy above that. And then we we would have the market pinched a little. Don't think we're going to see a full-on trend reversal, but certainly a short-term pullback would not be out of the question. We're not getting it though. We have a couple of bars there with tails to it, but that's not quite the same. And one bar won't do. I have to have two. So there's the one. All right, come on, they're hesitating. Give me that second bar, and then I will be all over buying you on a break up or shorting you on a break down. Oh, I don't want to do it on one bar, but it looks like they may try to rally here. Oh, come on. Oh, we're near the top end of the trading channel now. So if we get a breakout higher, we should be able to do the same thing in reverse. Okay. So there now is my limit to my retest. So I'll set my profit orders. Okay. Might be an early trend change signal here on the Eagle. Not quite a rule of three, the way that we're used to seeing it. All right, there's the trend change. Now, you know, it's very, very tempting to bring your stops in a little bit. And given that this is the Eagle and the bars are worth a whole lot more, might not be a bad idea. I am going to try to give them just a little bit of room here before I start to roll my stops up. Don't want to get tagged early if I can help it. Ooh, look at that pushback. See, here's the danger of trading within a sideways trading range before you get the breakout. It would have been better for me to allow the market to break, then retest, then look to buy. You know, I would have gotten in later, but it would have been more predictable. This retest that I was looking for back here after this breakout should have come right about here somewhere. After it started getting toward the top end of the trading range, or even right there, I would have been satisfied. But when it got toward the top end of the trading range, I was a little suspicious of a false breakout. And that may well be what I've got myself into right now. But my stops are in the correct place, so I'm giving this trade every chance to succeed. But I do need to see the buyers come back here. This also emphasizes the point why you don't want to go back to the market too many times. You know, why it's to your advantage to set a trade quota. All right, so at this point, you can certainly roll your stops. And if I can, I'm going to start rolling behind bars with tails to them. So I could, I suppose, roll as far as that bar right there. This bar has a tiny little tail, but again, I've waited this long. I don't want to strangle my trade if I can help it. This is the breakout now, right? This is the trading range. This is the breakout. This is the retest. Well, we don't quite have two bear bars yet, but I'd be looking for a continuation at this point. Give me one more. There we go. I'm going to take the trade to break even now. And I tagged my swing target. I did have 5 points there, so $100. I'm trying to hold out here for my eagle target. See, there's $100 sitting on the table there. And I'm just going to start to roll bar for bar. It's getting near the bottom of the hour. There we go. And it's not unlikely to see the market do a reverse at the bottom of the hour. And just kind of given the way the day has been. All right, well, I'm very pleased. That one worked out as well. So a couple of lessons there, the importance of leaving a proper stop. If you can't afford a proper stop, don't take the trade. Better to miss an opportunity than suck up an early loss because you couldn't keep the correct stop. All right, gang. I got a button-up shop here. I will see you again tomorrow. If you're going to continue to trade today, the trend is down. Look for the market to recover the downtrend at some point. I would not get too bullish. There's going to be a move here somewhere toward this trend line, or as the market builds another trend line, and you're going to get this kind of thing going on where the market breaks, bounces, and then you're going to have them again. You're going to have them in a tight spot, because off of this break and bounce, they either have to resume the trend or they're going to lose it, in which case you can once again bracket and take the market higher or lower. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Be careful out there. Talk to you soon.